when handling billies, you want to stand over them so that way you can put your weight on them if necessary and hold horns. So if he took off with me, I would just put all my weight down on him. And if we went to the ground, we went to the ground. But I'm not gonna lose him. So. Hey, Kerjack, he says, I let my mom handle me because I'm a very good boy.
What's going on, y'all? It's Nick and Tyler with Bear Family Farms. We're out here. We did our first move. I say we. Really, it was my beautiful, amazing wife, Tyler. She got them all moved all by herself. They did about a probably about a 1 to 2 mile move in that trailer, that double deck trailer. Loaded all the kids up on top, all the moms up on the bottom. And most of them are here. There might be some in the back, but we got them moved. They should be occupied in this pasture for at least a month, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. We're going to try something new this year. We're going to leave the billies, the males, in with the females year round. So today, since they're in a fresh pasture, we're going to throw out 3 new billy goats, 2 older billies and 1 younger billy. And we're going to try and run like that for the next 24 months and kind of take record on, you know, just how fertile these girls are. A lot of these girls, this is their second kid crop in less than 365 days. Some of them, it's their, you know, obviously their first kid crop. They had kids last spring, late winter, early spring of last year. And then some of them had kids in the summertime of last year, and then they dropped kids middle of last month. So these kids are, you know, 2-3 weeks old. They're looking good, they're growing. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some billies out on them and let them see how they perform over the next 24 months, see who has kids twice a year, and keep record of that.
Just wanted to put on the record, these are my goats. This here's Pumpkin. She's easy to move. Let's see here, who else? Gang Sign, also easy to move. This is Mustache Girl. She's well known for sticking her tongue out during labor. She has an amazing butt kid at her side, potential herd sire, great depth of body, long, good bone mass on his legs, as well as great ears. Good horn mass already at such a young age, so we're just going to watch him closely and see how he goes. Of course, you know, he's going to plateau at some point, but as of right now, he is one of the top performer kids that we've had born out of the buck selection. I mean, we've had some really nice ones, but he is definitely on my radar, especially because he's out of such a nice nanny. I really like her. She is a really good mom, very good bag. It's not sagging, good teat placement, and she just is phenomenal when it comes to handling. We don't want anything too wild, and she does really good with moves and everything, and teaches her kids to be like that as well. Pumpkin also very, very good about being handled. Not sure where her kid is, probably being bad somewhere.
This pasture is all electric netting. It's probably, I don't know, 50 of these rolls put together, maybe more, maybe a little less. It's all running off of one charger. We're going to take down about the same size pasture that has been up for over a year. So keep a lookout for that video. A lot of people ask how we roll it up, how we store it, because you can never get it as tight as when it came in the box from Premier One, but we get it close. We have a method, works pretty good. So keep an eye out if you're wondering how to break this fence down, how to roll it up, how to get it tight, and how to store it.
You want this guy?
Yep. Down, Flynn, down.
Down. Oh, boys. Good job.
We'll come up over this hill, check out the stock tank. Still pretty dry. Well, I wouldn't say we had a wet winter. I guess you can call it a mild winter. We didn't have a super dry winter, but we didn't have a wet winter. But at least there is some water in the stock tank, so we're not going to have to worry too much about hauling water in. We got some good content coming up, so please keep an eye out for all our videos, share them, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Some of these girls are already getting to town on the leaves up in the front part of this pasture. They were in here probably beginning of the fall last year. So a lot of these cedars, they've got them trimmed up pretty good. There's not much left on the cedars, but all the oak trees, briar vines, all the other hackberry trees, all that stuff's coming in. All those leaves are pretty budded out fully, and they are getting to town on them, just like that nanny is right there.
You're gonna have to move for him to move forward. Ride him down this. Down. So when handling billies, you want to stand over them so that way you can put your weight on them if necessary and hold horns. So if he took off with me, I would just put all my weight down on him, and if we went to the ground, we went to the ground, but I'm not gonna lose him. So down and let go.
There's one. Got two more.
Just don't let him out.
Here, I'll do him because he is stronger than Kurt's at.
Okay. He's a lot smaller.
Here's a real nice young yearling going in. He's got some spark to him. He doesn't have a name. Tyler, I don't think you have a name for him, do you?
Let's call him Pico de Gallo.
Pico de Gallo. All right, you heard it here.
First, folks.
Pico de Gallo.
Pico de Gallo. Going in.
A lot of people don't say name your, or say don't name your animals. For the most part, we don't, but we do have a few. It doesn't affect us when it comes time to culling or old age or anything like that. It's just...
Pause. A few have earned their keep here. So those with names that have earned their keep, they don't get to go. They'll die here. But most of them will go onward to their afterlife away from us.
Young guys already checking them out. We got the goats here eating their mineral. Kids at 2 weeks old already nibbling on that stuff, so that's pretty important. A lot of people overlook that mineral. Very important. We got out here kind of late. It's my first day back from work, so sorry about the lighting if the lighting's bad. All the mamas are going crazy trying to call their kids up for the evening so they can get settled down in their little bedding spot. We've disrupted them bringing them over here that late, but I wanted to get them in here sooner rather than later. Gonna be a busy couple next days, so definitely wanted to get that done towards the front end. But look at all these babies. Everywhere you look, you see a baby. So many babies. I think we're at this location, we're reaching up towards 100 now. Look at the bag on that girl. Spanish goat with twins. Beautiful bag. Beautiful, beautiful bag. She's got a beautiful bag. Again, I hope that there's enough light out here and that this video comes out halfway decent. 2-3-week-old kids already nibbling on mesquite beans. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm disrupting him. Yeah, that's a little boy. There's another little boy here. Lots of color in this bunch. Here we have the dog whisperer with all of her dogs.
Boys.
Who we got here, babe?
This is Worm because he's the best boy. And this is Ruger. He has 8 puppies on the ground right now that will be getting homes the 1st of June. And then over there we have the big old baby Hoss. He's a big old year-old. He's doing great with the kids, showed 0 interest in bothering them. Very respectful of the moms. So he's doing great. It's his first season with all these little kids. Of course, Worm was a little worried just there. That little red kid ran by a little too close to Hoss, so Worm went over there to make sure he wasn't gonna do anything, because Worm's pretty good about correction. He's a little bit older. He's a season older than Hoss, so he does good, and we're just glad to see these dogs working so well together. These are all 3 intact males, and of course they will have scuffles, but most of the time it's all noise, and then they figure it out between each other and move on. Look to your right at Worm.
Got Worm over here, and all the babies are playing.
That baby might jump on Worm.
That one's already has his horns coming in. Both those boys have their horns coming in at 2-3 weeks old. That's pretty cool to see. But we're gonna go ahead and let them get to their spot before the sun goes down. Like I said, first pasture or big pasture rotation. I mean, technically we've been rotating them throughout the fall and the winter, but this is the first big pasture move, I guess you could say, for these newborns that are only a few weeks old.
It was not easy, I would like to say. They have no idea what a trailer is or how to load in one, so for the most part you have to pick them up and toss them in. But overall they trailered well. They didn't get too upset. They screamed for mom, but it was pretty fast from in to out. But overall they did really well finding their moms again, and we've had no one get out or have a problem with that. So
and they were all born in electric fence, so
they've been shocked. I've seen several of them.
These babies know what electric fence is, electric netting, electric wire, as do all the dogs. So they're born in it. They're raised in it. Hell, they're bred, born, and raised in it. So.
Yeah, so they know what it's about, and most of the time, even if it goes down, they won't even go ahead and cross it. They'll just be like, no, I don't feel like going over that, and they'll just go a different way. So most of the time, if the fence does go down due to a deer or pig, they don't even bother getting out. But we keep them stocked with plenty of forage in their pasture, because that's number one. If they don't have food, they're gonna go looking for food, just like you or I would. If you're hungry enough, you're gonna find it, whether it's in your pasture or your neighbor's.
Baby's already nibbling on grass and mesquite beans. There was one over there that was just getting after some of this mesquite beans.
Andy was eating a stick this afternoon. I need to feed them. It's late.
Most of these briar vines either didn't come back this year, or they're not going to have a chance to come back because the goats are going to tear them up, which is what we want. I was going to come in here with the brush hog, but I came out here and I saw the leaves starting to come up, and I wasn't going to waste some good feed, some good brush by mulching it down. So when I move them out of here next is when I'll come back in here with the brush hog and kind of pick up and try and mulch all this down as best as I can. But like I said, I didn't want to get rid of it because obviously it's a feed source for these guys. And I did some research on these briar vines. They actually got quite a bit of protein in them. It's like 15%, 16% or more protein in these briar vines. The vines themselves and the leaves. This time of year when the briar vines are very green and soft, like this, very green and soft, the goats will actually eat the heck out of it because it's so soft. So hopefully getting them in here in this pasture this early, they actually eat some of that briar vine itself and not just the leaves. That sunset sure is beautiful. End of the second week of April, and the green is back, and we are ready to start hustling more than we ever were before, moving goats through leased land and clearing brush back before it gets ahead of us. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. A lot more to come.